te escucho doble yo. Ok, perfecto. Ahora, ¿me puedes decir algo? Hola, ¿qué tal? Sí. Em, te escucho con eco, no sé de dónde viene el eco. Ok, ahora, mejor. Sí, te escucho con eco, pero démosle. Vamos a ver qué tal sale hoy. Em, Good morning. We are 7 minutes late for today. Excellent. Just let me check if my sound on LinkedIn is working. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? No, it seems like we have to cancel because I don't have return. I don't have audio on LinkedIn. Yes. Hello. Hello. Can you hear me? No. Um, so you cannot hear me, right? So okay. So I have some feedback in on LinkedIn, and they tell us that they can hear us both. Yes. So yes, I can hear you. I mean, we have to we have to do it this way exactly. Yes. So thank you very much, Avirushi, for um, giving us some hints of what is going on the other side. Uh, Unfortunately, we have these technical issues. OBS just updated um, their software, and it seems like it just messed it up with all our scenes. However, as we are here now, and I know that you can look at our screen, so I can start just presenting the session of today. Fortunately, I cannot use the timer, but we are starting at 11:10. Okay, so then by 11:20, we are going to be already finished with the talk with David for today. How are you? How are you today, David? Yes. So I hope I can help to you with that question. We've been dealing during this week with some talk related to personal finance, related to cash flow, related to assets and liabilities. Okay, but I've just developed this slide where I show you that there are some investment fundamentals, and I just divided in three. Let's say it can become a little bit much more complicated, but this is what at least I can give to you from the basic. It comes first personal finance, then you need to know how to develop your income statement or your budget. Both can work for you. Then you need to know about your financial position. So when we talk about income statement, you need to know what is the income, what are the sources of income that you have, and then what are the expenses. Where are you, yes, spending your money? You expect that at the end of every month or at the end of every period, you have certain sort of cash that you can accumulate, you can save for a month, a year, 5 years, with the objective of investing money. You will try to invest in assets, and this is where you will start creating your financial position. Regularly, when you get access to income, a regular income, then the banks will open the door to ask for loans. And this is where you can start increasing your column of assets, but also your column of liabilities will increase. However, when you ask for a loan, that will increase the expenses of the interest and will decrease the cash. But the idea is that you need to think long term. Investment is not for short term. Investment is for a very, very long term objective. We are talking here about a scope of 10, 15, or 20 years. The sooner you start, the better for you. It means that if you start when you are 20 years old, then when you are 40, probably you can get retired. However, if you try to start when you say, okay, I want to start investing when I am 30, I'm making some good money working for a good company, probably that wouldn't happen because when you're 30, most of the people are already married or are planning to get married or are planning to have a family or they already have a family. And that complicates your financial, okay, in a way that won't help to you to fulfill your goals. Yes. In terms of investing, that is the other bracket that I open for you. You have different options. You can invest in businesses. Yeah, there are many people that come to you sometimes or will come to you and offer you to be an investor in their companies. However, you need to know, you need to evaluate, and you need to decide if you will allocate some money with these friends or with these colleagues or with these family members. There are two ways how you can participate in businesses. You can participate as a decision maker, yes, and then somebody will ask you what to do with the company, and then you will provide advice or some sort of expertise in the field. So you can help your friend, you can help your family member, you can help your colleague that is offering to you this business. Right now, with all these internet opportunities, you can find a lot of alternatives to invest in companies, people that you don't know. For instance, try crowdfunding. There are many platforms of crowdfunding that they have lists of ideas and businesses where you can allocate small amount of money, and then you can invest 10 euros, you can invest $10, you can invest 20 euros. And if you lose 20 euros, at least you get the knowledge of becoming an investor and follow up companies. The other way how you can participate in businesses is just put the money as an investor and let the money work for you. It means that somebody else is going to invest that money for you. However, you should ask for reports after certain periods of time. Another source of investment or another alternative to invest are real estate. Um, you need a larger amount of capital sometimes to enter to real estate, depending on where you live. However, in emerging markets, like for instance, I know that you are you are from Colombia, you can find very good opportunities. Yeah, so you can make a living in Europe, earning in euros, and probably with the exchange rate that can be very, very uh, advantageous for you because you will be having more money in Colombia. Okay, try to make all this legal. Something that I would recommend as an advice, it's to try to research on mutual funds. Mutual funds are portfolios of somebody in a bank, for instance. They develop a mutual funds in stocks, national companies or international companies, and they divide this pie, this fund, in participations. It doesn't. So when you buy a participation of that mutual fund, you are buying a piece of a company. You don't buy the share of a company. You don't buy the stock of a company. However, you are buying a piece. So it means that, for instance, you have 1,000 participants that everybody puts 1,000 euros. Means that the total fund is €1,000,000, and professional agent dealer will just make the purchases of stocks, bonds, fixed security assets, depending of how this mutual fund it's created, and they will be doing the work for you. The idea here in mutual fund is just you have to review the commission that the dealer or the broker will earn. Yes, because there will be some administrative fees that you will have to pay for participating in these funds. Then we have stocks, and this thing is very common. And here I would like to differentiate between two types of investors. Yes, the value investors, the people that invest in businesses and they accumulate stocks of companies because they want to be the owners. It means that they would like to get the dividends out of the companies. And people that they trade. It's much more like a speculation that sometimes is good, sometimes is bad in terms of returns. However, think always long term when you invest your money. Yes, I know that you feel stressed because stock market is going up and down, but it means that you need to know when is the right moment to get into the stock market. And if you have done your job analyzing companies in the past, that they are very competitive in the market, that the management performs very well, and they are very professional in doing their job, uh, probably when times comes, you can pick up very good stocks, very good prices. Then you have bonds, and this has been almost not a good investment in the last 15 years, at least in Europe, with the interest rate at 0%. Even the deposits, banks were charging you money for having money in the bank. That's something insane because the interest rate were negative. But this is a topic that we can discuss also later. And then you have other investments. You have jewelry. You can invest in commodities. You can invest in cryptos. Yes, cryptocurrencies, or if you can invest in Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, and any sort of this. Yes, okay, but just remember Dodge. Somebody was talking about that a year ago, and now it seems like it was zero. Okay, so you have to be careful where you put your money, where you invest your money, and what do you do with your money. So the idea is that you have a plan. The idea is that you have to set up an objective for how long are you going to save, and then start exploring the opportunities that fit with your interest. So do you see yourself as a business owner? Do you see yourself as a real estate owner? You prefer to be more conservative, so you would prefer a dealer, a broker that manages your money for you through mutual funds. Do you prefer to put all the eggs in one basket? You just buy one stock of one company that you consider that is the most convenient for you. Uh, are you reaching certain level of that makes you conservative of age? I say that when you get more mature, you get more conservative. You like less risk. Maybe bonds now. It could be for you. Not right now because The interest rates are growing, and that's impacting the stock markets. Or other investments while you wait to see when is the right moment and the right opportunity to invest. Maybe these are many of the topics that we can develop and have as next talks in the next weeks. Last week, I've been doing some research in some interesting companies, not as an advice, but as a new ways of how to see companies, where to look, what information should be aware of, and how we can get that information from. But at least if you want to be financial independent, you have to do the job. You have definitely to do the job. We are lucky to live in this time because internet provide us with a lot of information. So you just have to type anything you want on Google and you will get that information. However, yes, you need to know what to look for. And this is why we are here, right, David? Definitely, we can do that. I will provide you with an example of a bank that has some funds and they have some information. Then you can get access to that information and you can see the evolution of the information. I can explain to you a little bit more about the composition of mutual funds, the different type of mutual funds. But again, don't take this as an advice. Yes, I think that I'm not telling you to invest in that particular mutual fund. That's something that has to be very clear. However, I can develop the example to inspire people to look for the information and to look for the funds available in their locations where they live. Because I think that, you come from Colombia. I think it would be much easier for you to look for mutual funds in Colombia. If somebody is living in Germany, maybe it's much easier for German to look this information in German. However, the concepts they repeat and they're the same in every country in the world. Okay, so I think we've done 15 minutes instead of 10, but that's the time that we had for this talk, the investment fundamental. Well, just to give you a hint, when I say stocks, investing in stocks, um, it's public companies, and when I say public companies, I mean that they are open to sell shares to the public. It's not that the government owns these companies. Yes, public companies is because they are listed in any stock exchange in their country of origin or any other stock exchange worldwide. But businesses, also when you invest in businesses, you're buying shares, you're buying stocks. Yes, so it's exactly the same, but it's different in a sense. In the stock market, you are talking about multinationals, very large and big companies. And when you talk to invest in businesses, you're talking much more to business related to small companies to medium-sized companies where the dynamic is totally different and where also you can make an impact if you are specialized and you have experience in a sector in an industry. And this is, for instance, something that they call business angels. Okay, but we can talk about these topics in the next talks. But remember, it's only 10 minutes. Now we are far away. 26 because of the technicalities. A little bit less, 16 minutes because of the technicalities. Yes, yes. Thank you very much to OBS for updating the software today. Okay, and thank you to you for your interest in developing these talks. Okay, see you next week, same time, same channel. Bye bye.